Hey everybody, Cougar here with day 3 of our beginner's quick start guide for the amazing underwater survival game Subnautica. Now it is still the middle of the night, but I wanted to start now because I wanted you to see that icon that just popped up in our upper right hand corner. That indicates that there is a new radio message waiting for us on our comms relay that we repaired on day 2. So let's get back down into the escape pod and retrieve that message.
This is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Alright, so that radio message gave us a signal location that was uploaded to the PDA. There's the signal location right there. And we could follow that out to LifePod 3 and see if we can find the survivors that sent that message. That is not actually on our agenda today. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the PDA manager, go to the beacon manager, and turn that indicator off for now. We can always turn it back on later and follow that out to LifePod 3 where the crew reported their sea glide damaged. But on day 3, I think what our top priority should be today, instead of venturing that far out, is just to start slapping down a little starter base here in the safe shallows. In order to do that, we are going to need, let me bring up my blueprints, scroll down to tools. In order to build a base, we are going to need to craft a habitat builder. In order to build a habitat builder, we are going to need a wiring kit, a computer chip, and a battery. We have a battery already. If I scroll back up to our electronics, you see that in order to build a computer chip, we are going to need table coral, gold, and copper wire. In order to build a wiring kit, we are going to need silver. So we are going to go hunting today for silver and gold in order to make our computer chip and our wiring kit in order to craft a habitat builder so that we can start building a base. Unfortunately, we still have quite a while until the sun comes up, but I think that we can dive in and start at least looking around right now because we have built a flashlight and we can use this to do some early exploring. The stalker saw me. Stalkers are a little bit more aggressive at night, but we can easily avoid him. And the sun is starting to come up. Reminder, the sun on Subnautica rises in the north, sets in the south. Good way to get your bearings. Alright, so to find silver and gold in Subnautica, we are going to start looking around in caves. The caves that we really want are the ones that are over in the creepvine forest. There's a crashfish nest. We don't need any cave sulfur right now. Quickly scan around in here. This is not the ideal location for finding sandstone nodules, which are what you need to have a chance at getting either gold, silver, or lead. Sandstone nodules will produce gold, silver, or lead. And I'm not going to waste too much time in these safe shallows caves because the caves we really want are out here in the creepvine forest. Hello, gasopod. Fireworks! Yay, fireworks. Alright, we are in the creepvine area.
Oxygen.
Pop our air bladder, take us to the surface quickly. Get some O2. And now right back down to look for a cave here on the border of the creepvine area. There is a sandstone nodule right there. Sandstone outcropping. Let's go ahead and scan that since we haven't yet, and then break it. And there's gold inside. Great. We have the gold that we would need to start for our habitat builder. Here's another sandstone outcropping. That gave us lead. We're going to need copper wire, so we want to be breaking limestone outcroppings as well. looking for 2 pieces of copper that we will need.
Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules.
Yes, so the 3rd sandstone outcropping we broke gave us silver. And that gave us titanium, which is not what we need, but we'll take it. We will need 2 pieces of silver to create 1 wiring kit. We've got 1. Now we'll be looking around for the second one. I see something over here in the red grass. It could be a fragment, or it could be metal salvage. That is a sea moth fragment. Look at that. That is our first of 3 sea moth fragments. We need 2 more in order to unlock the recipe for the sea moth.
Local
Salt.
scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters.
Sandstone.
leading to an unknown environmental
Silver.
biome.
Sandstone, lead. Now, just because we're finding we've got everything we need. Silver.
30 seconds.
We've got everything we need to make our habitat builder right now, but we are encountering a lot of good stuff there, so I thought I'd take advantage of that. We're fairly deep here. Let's get up to the surface.
Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Well, a quantum detonation sounds bad. That sounds like a bad thing. I would hope to avoid a quantum detonation if at all possible. I'm just going to go back down here to show you we are not that far from the life pod, and we have stumbled
Passing
across
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
we have stumbled across an entrance to the mushroom cave. Now, we are not equipped to go fully exploring down in this mushroom cave right now.
30 seconds.
So let's get back up to the surface. Pop our air bladder. We may be cutting it a little close on this one.
Oxygen.
Now, this is the good thing about the air bladder. It's going to continue taking us up to the surface even if we start passing out. Alright. Good, 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 good. Alright. We have everything we need to craft our habitat builder. Let's go ahead and head back to base. Since our inventory is fairly empty, I'm going to take the opportunity of passing by these creep vines to cut a bunch of them and eat them. Inventory, creep vine sample. Get a little bit of food and a little bit of water from them. It's not something you can live off of, but as long as we're passing right by them, why not have a little snack? Hello, Stalker. Hello, Gasopod. Alright, now once we craft this habitat builder, we are still going to need to gather the supplies that we will need to start building the base. So let's make this happen real quick. Use the fabricator. Oh, we need copper. Shoot, I forgot. Alright, but we have electronics. We have 2 pieces of silver ore, so we can make a wiring kit. Oh, it looks like we actually have a couple of pieces of copper in our inventory already, so we can build the copper wire we need. And we have the gold, so now we should be able to go to personal tools. Oh, we're missing something. Oh, the computer chip. Yes, well, what we needed the gold for was to build the computer chip. So for the computer chip, we need red table coral, or table coral samples. There'll be table coral all over here. Here's some table coral right here. Cut a couple of those. And they changed the computer chip recipe, so I just want to make sure we have everything we need. We have enough for a computer chip. We have the wiring kit. So let me just make sure we're going to have everything we need. Tools, habitat builder. All right. Once we have the computer chip, we'll be good to go. getting a little thirsty here. As long as we're back here in the base and have some water stored, let me pick up a little extra water and drink it. And now we should be able to make our computer chip. And then
New blueprint acquired.
go to personal tools again, and we can build our habitat builder.
The builder tool is designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
Great, I think we're going to need something that can withstand extreme environmental conditions. So in order to actually start building a base, we're going to need a bunch of titanium, and it wouldn't hurt to have some glass in order to build a hatch. In order to craft glass, we will need quartz. Just picking up that salt there just in case. Plenty of titanium floating around, and we should be looking down in these caves for quartz. Actually, this is a creepvine cave, which will have...
A common complication for cave divers is loss of orientation, followed by eventual asphyxiation.
Creepvine caves will have sandstone outcroppings, so we want to shift back toward the safe shallows and start looking in safe shallows caves for quartz. There's another sandstone. Had silver in it. These are the kind of caves that we want to be looking for quartz in. Yep, there was some downstairs. I'll go down and get that in a sec. Copper. Quartz. Crash fish. Only hurt a little bit. Quartz. Oh, our inventory is full. There's no sense in continuing down there. We have to get back up. We've got a new radio message waiting for us. Let's play it.
This is LifePod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Alright, we don't have an exact location for LifePod 6, but we can refer to our data bank, and it should give us some clues as to where to find LifePod 6. Okay? But for now, we're going to use our fabricator to break down all that metal salvage we found into titanium, which we will need to start building our base. And we will use the quartz we retrieved to make a piece of glass, which we will need a couple of pieces of glass, which we will need to build a hatch on our base. And I'm just looking around to see if there's an obvious place to start building here. Probably out that direction. What I'm looking for as an ideal place for a base, someplace not too far away from the life pod, since I can't put a beacon on this base yet, but a place that has a nice drop-off, so that when we want to start building lower portions of the base, we can. This is not an ideal area to start building a base. Alright, well, just for the purposes of demonstration, I'm just going to start building one right here. Alright, so inventory, bring up our habitat builder tool. Right click to open it up. We can build a foundation. You don't have to build a foundation, but it will help provide structural integrity to your base if you do build a foundation. See, this is not, it's not very deep here, and it's not going to get very deep here. How about over here? Alright, there's a spot to start building. Now you see it's getting dark very quickly here. That is not nighttime coming, that is an eclipse. Which, as eclipses do, will pass momentarily. Alright, let's continue building our base. So we slap down a foundation, right-click again, let's build a basic compartment. Actually, I'm going to build a x-compartment to start with. And then build a hatch. I need regular quartz, not glass, regular quartz to build a hatch. I went and wasted all that quartz turning it into glass. That is an artifact from the way the game used to play, but not anymore. We should be able to find some quartz down in these caves.
30 seconds.
Alright, let's not go too deep in there with so little oxygen.
Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
Alright, let's get back toward where we found that quartz originally. There was plenty more there. Now, in order to build our own beacon, we have to find and scan a couple of beacons.
Congratulations, Survivor. You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
It's not like I had a lot of choice in what kind of activities I was doing. I'm kind of been forced to swim here, so. Alright, it's getting dark. Alright, let's hurry back to where we're building the base here. Pull up the Habitat Builder tool, right-click, select Hatch, and slap a hatch down. Now, there will be no power in this base at this point. We have to build a power source for it, but you can still enter the base. You just have to keep an eye on your oxygen.
Oxygen production offline.
Because oxygen production is offline. Actually, let's get some more oxygen before we get down in here. Because the main reason for us to build a little starter base like this is to have a little bit of extra storage. So let's go to the interior pieces, the interior modules, and build a large freestanding storage locker. Again, I point out that our oxygen is going down at this point. We can also build a couple of small wall lockers. Give us even more storage. And there we go. Now we have tons of storage space for us to drop stuff off and gather more stuff. And that really, at this point, is the main reason why you want to build a starter base, is so that you can build some storage lockers and have some place to dump off some of this stuff that you're going to be gathering. Alright, so that does it for day 3. We found silver and gold in sandstone nodules on the border of the creepvine forest. We used that silver and gold to craft a computer chip, which we then used in our habitat builder. And we then used the habitat builder to start building a little starter base so that we could slap down some storage lockers to hold all of our stuff. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll continue to do more Subnautica tutorials. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay dry.